Welcome to the Brain Booster channel. We are excited to bring you today's podcast on the topic of Honduras. This beautiful country is located in Central America and is home to a diverse population of over 9 million people. In this podcast, we will be providing a background on Honduras, including its location, population, and political structure. We will also be discussing the country's rich history, current events, culture and society, economic and environmental issues, and more. We encourage you to listen to this podcast until the end, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more informative content like this. Let's dive in and learn more about Honduras. Honduras has a rich and diverse history that spans thousands of years. Before the arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century, the region was home to several indigenous civilizations, including the Maya and Lenca. These civilizations developed complex societies, with advanced systems of agriculture, writing, and governance. In 1524, the Spanish explorer Cristobal de Olid arrived in Honduras and claimed it for Spain. The Spanish established several settlements, including the city of Trujillo, which became the first capital of Honduras. The Spanish also brought with them Christianity, which quickly spread among the indigenous population. During the colonial period, Honduras was ruled by the Spanish Empire and later by the Mexican Empire. The country's economy was primarily based on agriculture, with the production of crops such as tobacco, sugar, and cacao being a main source of income. In 1821, Honduras gained independence from Spain along with other Central American countries and became a republic. The early years of independence were marked by political instability, with many changes of government. In the 20th century, Honduras experienced a series of political and social changes, including the rise of labor unions and the emergence of populist movements. In the 1960s and 1970s, the country experienced a period of economic growth and modernization, but this was followed by a period of economic decline and political turmoil in the 1980s and 1990s. Throughout its history, Honduras has been shaped by the actions of key figures such as Manuel Bonilla, who served as president of Honduras 3 times between 1876 and 1907, and Tiburcio Carías Andino, who served as president of Honduras from 1933 to 1949 and is considered one of the most important figures in the country's modern history. In recent years, Honduras has seen a return to stability, with democratic elections and a growing economy. However, the country still faces many challenges, including poverty, crime, and political corruption. When it comes to current events in Honduras, there are several key issues that are currently impacting the country. Politically, Honduras has been facing challenges in recent years. In 2017, the country was hit by a major political crisis following a disputed presidential election. The crisis led to widespread protests, as well as allegations of electoral fraud and human rights violations. The situation has since calmed down, but tensions remain high and there are ongoing concerns about the state of democracy in the country. Economically, Honduras is facing a number of challenges. The country has a high poverty rate and unemployment is also high. Many Hondurans struggle to access basic services such as healthcare and education. Additionally, the country has been hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has led to a sharp decline in economic activity and an increase in poverty. In terms of social issues, Honduras is facing a number of challenges. The country has one of the highest crime rates in the world, and violence is a major problem. Additionally, Honduras has a high rate of inequality, with many people living in poverty. The country also has a large number of internally displaced people due to violence and economic hardship. Honduras is facing a number of economic and environmental issues that are affecting the country and its population. One of the most pressing issues is poverty. Honduras has one of the highest poverty rates in Latin America, with around 66% of the population living below the poverty line. This has led to a number of social and economic problems, such as limited access to education and healthcare, as well as high levels of crime and violence. Unemployment is also a major problem in Honduras. The country has an unemployment rate of around 3.5%, which is one of the highest in the region. This has led to a lack of job opportunities for many Hondurans, making it difficult for them to provide for themselves and their families. The government of Honduras has implemented various policies and programs to address these issues, such as social programs to reduce poverty and unemployment. However, these policies have had limited success and the situation remains dire. One of the most pressing environmental issues facing Honduras is deforestation. The country has one of the highest rates of deforestation in the world, with an estimated 70% of its original forest cover lost. Deforestation is driven by a variety of factors, including illegal logging, land conversion for agriculture and infrastructure development, and urbanization. This has led to a loss of biodiversity, soil erosion, and a reduction in carbon sequestration. Deforestation also affects the water cycle, leading to a reduction of water availability and an increase in flooding, which in turn affects the population livelihoods. Another major environmental problem facing Honduras is the pollution of its rivers and lakes. Pollution is caused by a variety of sources, including agricultural runoff, industrial waste, and untreated sewage. This has led to a decline in water quality and a loss of aquatic biodiversity. Honduras is also facing issues related to climate change, particularly with the impacts of sea level rise, droughts, and floods. The country's economy is heavily dependent on agriculture, and climate change is likely to affect the country's productivity and food security. The increasing temperatures and changes in precipitation patterns can also affect the distribution of diseases and pests, which can have an impact on the country's agricultural sector and health. The Honduran government has implemented various policies and programs to address these environmental issues, such as environmental protection laws, reforestation programs, and the creation of protected areas. However, these policies have had limited success, and enforcement has been a major challenge. The lack of funding and technical capacity of the government agencies to implement environmental policies also contribute to the challenges. In addition to government efforts, NGOs and local communities are also working to address these environmental problems by promoting sustainable land use practices, reforestation, and conservation. They are also working to raise awareness about these issues and to promote sustainable development and environmental protection. Honduras is a country with a rich and diverse culture, shaped by its history and the influences of the many different communities that call it home. One of the most important aspects of Honduran culture is its traditional customs and practices. These include traditional dances, music, and festivals that are an important part of the country's cultural heritage. The most famous of these is the Golondrinas dance, which is performed in the town of La Esperanza, and it represents the arrival of spring. Other traditional customs include the La Feria de San Isidro, celebrated in the town of Siguatapic, which is a week-long celebration that includes parades, music, and traditional food. Honduran music is also an important part of the country's culture. The most traditional form of music is punta, which is a style of music and dance from the Garifuna people, an Afro-Caribbean community that lives on the Caribbean coast of Honduras. The punta is played with drums, maracas, and turtle shells, and its lyrics are often in Garifuna language. Other popular styles of music in Honduras include salsa, cumbia, and reggaeton. Honduran art is also a vibrant part of the country's culture. The country has a long tradition of painting and sculpture, and many Honduran artists have gained international recognition for their work. The most famous of these is the painter Ramon Oviedo, who is known for his vibrant colors and bold use of shapes and lines. Honduras is also home to a diverse population, including indigenous groups and Afro-Honduran communities. The most significant indigenous groups in Honduras are the Lenca and the Garifuna. The Lenca people are an indigenous group that lives in the western part of the country, and their traditional customs and practices include traditional weaving and pottery. The Garifuna people, an Afro-Caribbean group that lives on the Caribbean coast of Honduras, have a rich culture of music and dance, as well as traditional medicine and spiritual practices. Honduras is a country with a diverse range of tourist attractions, including natural wonders, historical sites, and cultural experiences. One of the main tourist attractions in Honduras is its natural beauty. The country is home to several national parks and protected areas, such as Pico Bonito National Park and the Mezquitia Reserve, which offer opportunities for hiking, wildlife viewing, and ecotourism. Honduras also has a number of beautiful beaches, including the Bay Islands, which are a popular destination for diving and snorkeling. The country also has a number of natural hot springs and waterfalls, which are also popular tourist destination. Another major tourist attraction in Honduras is its rich cultural heritage. The country has a number of ancient ruins and historical sites, such as the Maya ruins of Copan and the colonial city of Gracias, which offer a glimpse into the country's past. Visitors can also experience the traditional customs and practices of Honduras indigenous communities, such as the Lenca and the Garifuna, which are also a major attraction. Honduras also has a developing tourism industry, with a number of resorts and hotels catering to different budgets and needs. The country also has a growing adventure tourism sector, including activities such as whitewater rafting, ziplining, and rock climbing. Despite the potential of tourism in Honduras, the industry has been facing challenges. Security concerns have been a major issue, which has led to a decrease in the number of visitors to the country. The COVID-19 pandemic also had a significant impact on the tourism industry, as many international borders were closed and travel restrictions were put in place. The government of Honduras has been working to address these challenges by promoting tourism as a source of economic development, as well as by implementing tourism safety programs and promoting sustainable tourism. In recent years, the country has seen a growing interest in ecotourism, adventure tourism, and cultural tourism, which could be a key for the recovery of the industry. Throughout this podcast, we have discussed the history, culture, current events, and economic and environmental issues facing Honduras. We have highlighted the country's rich heritage, as well as its current challenges, such as poverty, unemployment, and deforestation. As we come to the end of this podcast, it's important to remember that Honduras is a country with a lot of potential. Despite the challenges it is facing, there are also many positive developments happening in the country. The country has a rich culture and history, a diverse population, and a growing economy. With the right policies and investments, Honduras has the potential to become a prosperous and stable country. We would like to thank you for listening to this podcast, and we hope that you have enjoyed it. We encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any future releases. We will continue to bring you informative and engaging content on a wide range of topics. Thanks again for listening.